Nothing is open. Hello, good evening, yellow bugs and lady jackets. Welcome to the Wednesday episode, this Wednesday's episode of FAE News. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and tonight I am here with Ion the Leprechaun. The mostly dressed Count Morbid has returned for tonight's show.
Yes. Also, welcome to next Wednesday's FNN as well. Yes.
Wait, what? No. Are you broadcasting from the future? Baron Gunther Hammerhands, and DJ Trishy, the Music Box Fairy. So I'm not. Oh, I see Famous Dana. She's trying to appear. Well, tonight is a little discombobulated, for which I do apologize. I see her down there. Hello, Dana. No, there are no articles that are open. There's nothing over here. I thought you said this was ready, Gunther.
It was. Why is it not open again?
What do you mean, why is it not open? There's nothing. Nothing is prepared to go.
I just sent you the articles again, just so I had them again.
I have a list of them, but none of them are opened up and ready to click on. Ooh, lots of feedback from somebody. That might be Dana. Hi, Dana. I put you on mute because I was getting feedback from somewhere and I don't know where. We're going to try it again. Ready? Oh, that's Dana. Definitely.
What?
Can you guys not hear it?
I could.
It's not as bad as it was.
Dana?
Oh, wow, that is kind of bad. How strange.
Wow, wonderful.
There's a whoosh 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 noise, and I'm like, what?
I don't know what to do about that.
Well, you sound great.
Oh, thank you, Count Morbid. So I'm curious. Tell us, how did your little vacation last week go?
Well, the problem was that I was just sitting around and suddenly all of my prettiness left me.
All of your what?
My prettiness. It left me. Suddenly I was like in color and all the stuff that makes me pretty apparently had migrated north. But you looked much, much better than usual.
Thank you.
Way better than normal.
Sort of. I see. So that is, I now know that for maintaining my beautiful and youthful look, I can just suck the beauty right out of Count Morbid. Like some sort of fairy Madame Bathory.
Speaking of sucking and beauty and Lady Bathory.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
I'm saying, nope.
No, I was going to say, it has been a busy week because we had International Goth Day on, I think, the 24th? Or anyway, we had International Goth Day a few days ago. Then yesterday was World Dracula Day. Yesterday was also Peter Cushing's birthday. And today is Vincent Price's and Christopher Lee's birthday.
And Monday was also Intergalactic Geek Day.
Why do you even keep track of all of this?
Also known as
How do you not?
I have to. For one of my many fairy hats that I wear is that I work with intergalactic geeks.
Well, you look like, I forgot to tell everybody, if you're watching out there at home, please click like and subscribe. Maybe share it on Twitter or the Facebooks or start a watch party. We would love that. Get all your friends in here. Talk to us in the comments. It thrills us. Trishy, you look like you have a new headdress. Is that true?
It's not, well, I new for the stream, I guess. Not new, no.
New to us, but not new to you.
Right.
Where did Gunther go? Bye, Gunther.
I believe I debuted this at Spokanthro. So
What is Spokanthro?
well, I was there. VIP guest of honor DJ there. It's a furry convention in Spokane. This was last year was year one. They were supposed to have a second year, but of course, things happen with the world, and of course, their beautiful theme was basically fairies and the other world, and I was my fairy self amongst a bunch of fae furries, and it was fantastic. Fae fur folk.
Fae fur folk. Fur fae folk?
How can you
I didn't
not
know
be
that-
fantastic?
They were wonderful.
I didn't know that fake furries were a thing.
I should say.
They are also a group of people who will never complain about having to wear a mask all day.
Absolutely.
That is, I suppose, true. I mean, I hadn't really thought of that, but it's legit.
Right.
Oh no! I hate it when I do things like that. I'm so disorganized tonight, you guys.
By the way, so while you're disorganized, my exciting news for the last week is we installed a dimmable light bulb in my room, which makes me very excited. Dimmable.
I don't even know what that means.
You can control how bright it is.
Instead of on or off, you can vary the light.
It's magic.
Oh, so you can more easily have mood lighting.
Yeah, so I don't have to go completely dark cave-like. I can just make it a little darker and spookier while being slightly. You can enjoy more of the pretty without and still have the mood. The other thing is, I had a friend who was offering a ceiling light installation that looks like the wheel of a ship that I was tempted by if I to always look up at the wheel of a ship. Also, why does it look like Gunther is having? It looks like Gunther is having a bunch of different ideas right now.
Little itty bitty ones.
Okay, so all of his squirrels
Small
that are
idea.
in his brain are at a rave right now.
Yeah.
Well, what are you wanting to say, Gunther? He has a red light above him.
Light. He was talking about lights, so I got excited to start playing with mine.
Make it blue. Make it blue.
It is blue.
Dabu dee dabu die.
It would be amusing if it was one of those color changing sets that somebody else that could be controlled, but you gave the control to like somebody else.
Oh. So I could be in another part of the castle, controlling the light.
I don't see this potentially happening at all.
No, never.
The creatures who share my manor with me, when we installed the dimmable bulb, they said we could also set it to be controlled by the magic mirror, except so that I could use my magic mirror to turn the light on and off however I wanted. The problem is that if I did that, so could they.
And you just were not willing to give them that power.
Yes.
That's why it's good to have archaic technology like this.
That kind of technology also works with certain magic picture boxes, and I may or may not have completely pranked some folks trying to watch the magic picture box while I was in another room of the domicile.
Wait until they're
Well,
playing, until they're playing a game on it.
I'm thoroughly convinced that Count Morbid lives with one very grumpy and curmudgeonly garden gnome, and another what would be a brownie, but I'm not sure that he's of the disposition to be a brownie, but more like a Bogart.
Well, depending on which one we meet, I mean, one is very scholarly, or really likes his history and weird arcane facts, and then the other one's a bit more grumpy.
Well, the one that works in the garden with the roses is the one that I was calling the garden gnome.
Oh yes. The gnome is also a bit of a scholar. Yeah.
Yes, and he's also very, very curmudgeonly about everything and grumpy.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I get along with him just fine, but nevertheless.
You can get along with grumpy people?
It happens.
Do you suppose that your garden gnome would be pleased or grumpy if I were to send him a gift of a garden gnome hat?
I
I like
meant
this
to say
idea.
how creepy it is to hear a cat yowling in the background and then have it echo.
It sounded like it was going, wow!
That's what it does. It does it all the time.
Literally on cue.
He's a
Well, everyone's
weirdo, that
wearing
one.
headphones except you, Count Morbid. Maybe this echo is coming from you.
I don't. You can.
Ooh.
Nope. How about now? Is there an echo now?
Yes.
Nope, it's still there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you, Ion. I'm going to try you. How about now? Is there an echo now?
Is there an echo now? Yes,
No,
there's
Nope. No echo.
an echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
Is there an
Yeah.
echo?
There's
No,
an
you
echo.
guys, stop it! Stop it!
I'm
It might
trapped
be more than
inside an echo. Whoa.
I think it's actually you, Ion.
No,
Nope, it's
not.
not.
Ion.
I heard myself. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to try Gunther. Gunther, is it you?
It could be more
No,
than
not
one
Gunther.
person. You might have to like.
Dana, is it
Dolly,
you?
Dolly, maybe it's you.
How can I be echoing to myself?
Oh, I think we found the echo.
Why is the
I think
echo
it might be
Dana?
Dana.
Why would the echo be Dana?
I don't know.
Wow.
Why would it be anyone? What kind of logic?
No.
How many portals am I transmitting through on your side, on your side down there, Dana? Because you're definitely the echo.
I
Check
guess
it
my microphone has been having issues the last week, to the point of me possibly throwing the computer through the window and breaking two mirrors at the same time. But the microphone is picking up things more than it normally would. So
You can reset your settings. I'll walk you through how.
I'm pretty sure that I didn't even change any settings.
That's
But
probably
it's
why.
the computer is weird.
I
The
really like
book
the
of
idea of the music
magic.
box fairy basically doing magical tech support. You know, like
That's what I normally do.
She's our AV fairy.
Have you tried turning the fairy ring on and off? You know,
You know, you ask me that a lot. Last time, I think you asked Gunther if he had turned me on and off again to try to see if I was working correctly.
It's happened. Not gonna say how, but it's happened.
like and subscribe, kids.
You better like and subscribe. We are doing an awesome drawing from Sinister Metalworks tonight, and so that is very
Absolutely.
cool.
It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
By the way, again, you were dressed perfectly for Sinister Metalworks last week.
I wasn't I? Count Morbid.
Don't point it out because then she'll bathe in the light when you point that kind of thing out. She'll sashay around.
Oh yes, you hate it when she sachets.
I have to hold the umbrella when she sashays. It's not all right.
So yesterday, I just published here on the YouTube portal the next installment of the Bark Scrolls, and it is that scene from the Dumb Supper where Count Morbid tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that scene.
So again, I was on so much magical potions for ailments at that time that I really like. There's a certain point where if you get in a carriage and you can see that the carriage is definitely in a state of repair, that's on you.
Do you often find that you blame your troubles on magic potions?
honestly, magic potions are usually how I deal with the troubles. But yes.
Do you often find yourself getting into the trunk of a carriage?
Okay.
Do you often find yourself losing time after imbibing magical potions?
Do you often find people melting into the floor after imbibing in magical potions?
How often do you wake up in small boxes?
Do
I think
all
he
your
actually might
stories
sleep in a box.
begin with, I was drinking so many magic potions.
And then we all went to the hospital.
What color were they, and did they have glitter in them?
Yes.
When he says go to the hospital, though, he, I think, is trying to say a medical hospital, whereas the rest of us all know that really we would just simply transport him to the Madhouse Hospital. We would take him to
Bethlehem.
Arkham. No.
Yeah, Bethlehem was the... Oh, silly question. Do you know what Bethlehem
Bedlam.
was?
Wait, what?
Bethlehem was actually in a... well, I want to say...
It was the name of an insane hospital.
Yes, but it was short for something. Actually,
I thought Bedlam was actually the name of the place, the name of the actual...
I was just going to say what happened at Count Morgan's Manor should stay at Count Morgan's Manor, but now we're talking crazy talk.
It became known as Bedlam.
I'm going to go with Bedlam Maniacal.
Bethlehem.
No, it is not.
I will do the Google.
Uncle Google.
Is Uncle Googling it?
I told Kaylin, I said, look it up on Uncle Google. He'll tell you the answer. And my kids looked at me like, did you just refer to this as Uncle Google? And I was like, yes, because he's your happy uncle that will happily tell you everything that you wanted to know in the world. And they're
That's
like,
because she's an angry wood elf and doesn't like uncles.
I just thought
I'm
it was
Moonlight as an
funny.
angry swamp witch, so it's okay.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
Yes, no, it was short for Bethlehem. Bethlehem, or originally I think St. Mary of Bethlehem Hospice or Priority.
No, it wasn't. Does it say? Is that what Uncle Google is telling you?
If you are going to impugn my ability to look down at a thing, then you can look it up.
Maybe
if
Uncle Google's
I
drunk.
look at the thing and says, this is what it says, and you go, no, it doesn't. That's again on you at this point.
Get out your own magic mirror.
I'm not permitted to be astonished, or to feel some level of incredulity. That's not acceptable.
That wasn't astonishment. That was a denial.
You are not the boss of me. You do not get to tell me what that was.
You don't get to be astonished. You are fairy princess. Nothing astonishes you.
You can go there after you call Uber first.
I am not going to Bedlam.
Wow.
It's past my Bedlam time.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Because this is way past your scene of uproar and confusion moment.
Well, I have a scene of uproar and confusion.
That is what
that a
Bedlam
thing?
means when I looked it up in the dictionary.
A scene of uproar and confusion.
Yes.
Okay, so let's
on
step back a bit because that actually does happen quite frequently in the castle.
That is
There
what
is
it's called
often-
now, because that is what the insane asylum became known as after it was shortened from its original name. That's how words work.
Yep, and the other term for Bedlam is archaic.
Words,
So we can tell how
words.
old Morbid is.
I'm so glad I didn't take a drink about that time.
Oh my god.
Insane. Yes.
I think he's a bit aghast.
He knows that I'm quoting his arm.
It's also from a play.
Oh, a play. I mean, far be it from me to think that you were sophisticated enough to have a Shakespearean quote on your arm.
Well, I'm just knowing you, I was worried that you thought like it originated on my arm.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised though. I guess I wouldn't be. There's some chance that I actually would not think that you were that sophisticated. After all, I didn't think you could dance either. But you were such a clever dancer. You practically ninja assassinated me in the process and made it look like a mere accident to everybody else.
Are you
That
saying
didn't
that
like an
I tried to
accident.
kill you because you can't dance? Because that's what I just heard.
That looked like a controlled fall.
That challenge coming on for a dance-off or something at some point.
No, I'm trying to say that you tried to kill me by making it look like I couldn't dance, and then went, "Oh my goodness! Well, at least one of us can dance."
That is not how I tried to kill you.
I'm sorry. Were you Seelie or unseelie again?
You're switching sides again?
I'm just trying to establish who is a more credible witness here. That's all.
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
And by hairdresser, he means the gnome that like comes along and just goes.
Yes.
He means himself. He does his own hair.
No. Actually, the funny thing is the gnome, as we were discussing, the gnome is the last person to give me a haircut. The garden gnome does
Cheers.
Is that when they got rid of all the hair?
Is that why?
with the clippers.
Yeah.
All gone?
You
I
are
saw that.
Mormon, you're braver than I thought. I confess.
Does the scar still show?
Does the scar still show?
Yes.
I'm not kidding. I have a scar from when I was a wee infant babe.
Count Morbid has a scar on his head. He was dropped as a baby.
Yes, but those are two separate things.
So many things.
That is not what the scar is. And technically, as my matron or as Mama Morbid pointed out, I wasn't technically dropped on my head so much as I catapulted out of the high chair. High dive onto concrete from the high chair, apparently. But there was no lasting.
It sounds like there was something lasting.
There was no lasting. There was no lasting. There was no lasting. There was no lasting.
Try again.
No, the scar was from when I was a baby and barbed wire.
They tied you up in with barbed wire when you were a child? That is awesome parenting.
I mean, that's what they put around my
weirdness, Count Morbid.
They put that around my edgy crib.
I have a scar in the same place.
My papa was exploring the domain, the lands, and had me on piggyback and as a 1-year-old, and apparently ducked under a tree and didn't see the barbed wire.
Ooh.
But
I have a scar in the same place.
One of
It's
my
true.
goblins.
I have two. I have one here and one here, and I know this one here came from a similar leaping out of the chair I was in, face first onto the floor, and I do not know how I got this one. It must have been when they dropped me head first into the puddle of glitter to make me awesome. But I know that it is there because everybody who tries to part my hair, like for example Brenda the braider, when I go to get my hair braided, you can see it because my hair goes whoop. It has a little squiggly it right there, and you have to force it to go apart right on the crown.
So that's the problem with your head?
You're the problem with my head.
So we're giving away this crown thing.
Speaking of crowns.
Oh yes.
Turn that
Jack
crown
goes out
upside
and broke his
down. That's
crown.
what I'm saying.
I mean, yes, that is in fact the plan. So, and we have a bunch of entries. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Because it's an amazing item.
It is an amazing item, and it's such an amazing item that I allowed you guys to all enter as well. So, do you want me to enter you, Count Morbid? Because I don't normally have your name on the list, but if you want me to put your name on the list,
I still want my old crown back.
your whole that is a discussion you will have to take up with Gunther. I do not have control over that. I mean, I guess I could.
You have no control over Gunther?
I got his horns. I don't got his crown.
If you're going to be snarky about it, I'm going to make you convince me as to why I should make him give it back to you.
Do we have a picture handy that we can show the audience the crown?
Handy, let me see. Yes, I just have to find it. Oh, what is that noise that I heard?
DJ Trishy's special magic mirror has special sounds in it that sounds like amazing fantasy realms.
Those are the Pixies' delivery messages.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she and I have swapped color schemes for this evening because she is in the pink and I am in the blue.
Oh, I'm in
and
too.
Maybe this will become a thing, especially after last week, where you know you were channeling your inner much prettier than usual, but because I wasn't there. But perhaps like we'll shuffle our looks, or everyone will look like Ion for we should have done that at St. Patrick's Day, but yes.
Yes, St. Patrick's Day.
If we shuffle, if we all look like you, though, the problem is that you'll end up fluorescent. Because we will take all of your morbid out, and you will just be this glowing ball of effervescent fluorescence.
Yeah.
And you will be this neon, like pink, orange, and yellow thing.
Well, I think as the ranking noble, everybody should look like me. I am the one who is supposed to set the precedent. Pink all around.
Oh yes, because 6 Princess Lollies is so much worse than, or so much better than.
Fairy Princess Lolly, look in the backstage.
What am I looking? Who am I looking at?
Do you see it?
Oh, I do see it, but I don't think I can bring it in. Anyway, I pulled it up so I can share it. But I appreciate your effort. Hypothetically, there it is. Okay. Yes, so the crown is here.
Ooh.
From Sinister Metalworks.
I feel like you're going to have to return that to the fires of Mount Doom from whence it was forged.
Yep.
Or you could go ahead and wear it and go for, go for full Sauron.
Let a halfling do it later.
By the way, I was going to say, not to talk too much about things, but I know that one of the things that people have done during these trying times is find reasons and excuses to wear whatever they want, or to dress up, to go out to pick out their trash or go grocery shopping, well, especially given how many events, etc., have been canceled. I know people have been just finding an excuse to dress in their Renaissance best on Sunday and do
that is true.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tiara Tuesday is also a thing.
So, with that said, on we move to the name picture. Is that shared now? Are we there? Is it there?
It's not there yet.
There it is.
So many names.
Okay,
I thought
you say that every single time. You know that?
Oh, okay.
No, the wheel is right here, and it is true, actually. We have more than 50 entries. So just to explain how this works, in case anybody watching has never seen us do the drawing before, all of the names are here on this list. And when I push this little submit button right here, this tool will automatically pick 50 of the names that are here and put them onto the wheel to spin. So since 50 is our maximum. So it has picked 50 random names, and now we're spinning. Round and round and round she goes.
And my blind fairy eyes cannot see that, for I do not have my magical fairy spectacles.
That's okay. It will give us a big, loud notification with a horn and a cheering crowd as soon as it stops on somebody. And it's still going pretty fast.
And that person is Tribute.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Hunger Games.
And that person is Tribute.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
It looks like Her Majesty the Queen is making notes for future court thoughts based off of what we're.
Yes, I do see her out there in the audience.
Your Majesty, do you like my color scheme with the purple?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
The Queen has only our best interests in heart.
Is that what that is?
I'm so sure. I think that she has Tinker's best interests at heart.
Tinker Tailor Spy.
Yes, exactly.
It's almost there. Oh.
Join us next week when we announce the winner of this week.
Join us next week when the wheel finally stops spinning.
Yeah.
Woo! Huzzah noises!
Keith D. Candido is the winner of the crown. Congratulations, Keith. You get this awesome, amazing thing. So thank you so much. And I believe that Keith is one of our patronage. So thank you so much for being there and supporting us. Yay. Very excited. So,
Yay.
And hello, Karen, who has randomly stumbled upon us all. It is a pleasure to have you here. I hope you stay with us and enjoy the show this evening.
If you're interested in crowns, then you can go to Sinister Metalworks. Is that what it's?
Mm-hmm.
On various.
Yes, Sinister Metalworks.
Yep.
That's why I do the saying of the things like that.
You go to some sinister place and have some crowns made, man. That's how we do it.
You be nice to the poor island.
What?
Sometimes the tiara fairies from local Union 404 show up and randomly hand you a crown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do I get those?
I have no idea.
Sorry, the idea of a
Again,
fairy princess.
404 local Union not found.
How about a fairy princess union, or just a fairy union, and we can just call it FU.
Oh.
That's a great name.
FAE University.
Hold on. I thought that as a monarchy, this was more. It's like you have an oligarch, not a union. You don't vote for kings.
More that all the various monarchies, of different kingdoms can still have like a council or something, or a union.
Sounds feudal.
You think it's a feudal effort?
That was a good one.
Oh, Ion, I love you. That was fantastic.
At least it's not a totalitarian
heart
dictatorship.
Isn't it though?
It's like a benevolent dictatorship. I'm very benevolent.
Is that what
With her
what you
potatoes.
call it? Benevolency? Really?
Has
somebody given her a dictionary? She might need to look the word up. Thesaurus?
Kisserous.
What?
I
What
know,
on
I
earth?
know what the word benevolent means.
It's not. Yeah, she knows benevolent. It's just not bedlam.
That's right. That's right.
Archaic.
I was gonna say. Bedlam is not archaic.
It is too. It's from 1247.
If it's in current use,
When does a word move into archaism?
That's a fair question.
Well, how do you say that? If it's not archaism, what is it like?
Okay, listen,
Arcanery?
guys, I just learned- I learned-
me archaic.
No, our cannery is down the road where they like put the corn in the cans and
Good.
Our cannery.
one in the city of Arlington. You know,
Wait,
You're not
What?
allowed to know where their cannery is.
I'm just
What are you
saying, I
doing
just
with
learned to
your
read,
hand?
guys. You guys are giving me a headache.
oh, are we making too many puns? Should we be sent to the penitentiary for our punishment?
Oh no.
So,
Oh, no.
speaking of such things, I mean, you all got together at the Afterglow Vista, and you all came up with this edict that I then had to go over and, neatify, and it's got to be presented to the Queen. You know that, right? I mean, speaking of, and sure, we should have a. I'm just saying that, you all are talking about, sure, we should have a council or a star chamber or something to that effect. And I don't know how the Queen will receive this particular decision.
I'm not talking about within the kingdom. I'm talking about among different kingdoms.
Well, you weren't there, Count Morbid, for either of the things because you never leave your manor. But a few weeks ago at the Afterglow Vista, a whole bunch of FAE were gathered there, and they had to answer this question that was proposed to the combined council of people that were there, and they all came up with a thing, and they wrote it up, and it's very nice, and I went over it and cleaned it up and polished it, and so that it could be formally presented to the Queen at Fairyblossom. But I make no claims as to how she will receive that.
Listen,
What if she doesn't like your guys' proposal? Then what?
2 words for you, Marie Antoinette.
It's Marie, not Mary. And are you saying that if the Queen doesn't like it, you'll just lob her head off with a guillotine? Is that what you're saying? Is that a threat?
You say
The Queen?
Mary? You say Mary?
Okay, have you met the Queen? She might like that. She's just gonna stitch her head back on,
She might think you're flirting.
right?
I didn't say we couldn't put it back on when we were done.
Off with their head. Off with their head.
Knowing her,
Wow,
could grow
Count Morbid.
another one. Maybe 2.
If you cut off one, she'll grow 2 back. That sounds
That's
lovely.
Oh no.
Don't threaten her
One
with
Queen
a
is
gun.
enough to contend with. Yeah. I'm just saying that,
Poor king.
I don't know. And so that's a thing. And have you guys even decided who's going to present it to her?
Yeah,
Not it.
me.
See ya.
So not famous Dana. Oh, you're going to present it to her.
Right.
You were completely against the whole thing.
So I got to go with the whole thing anyway because it was voted on. So
What
I got
did
to
we
do the
vote on?
thing. Otherwise, what's the point?
By the way, we should have
Well,
a new court. We should have a new court position called cannon fodder.
Actually, me presenting this might be a great thing because I'm well liked.
No. Wait,
It's like, hold on.
If they
She makes the Queen's food, therefore,
Yes,
that's
what I was going to say, exactly. Dana should deliver really bad news, but with like cupcakes.
And what are you going to do if the Queen doesn't like it and the King does like it, or vice versa? Then what will you
Stand in between them.
I blame Count Morbid.
Look, if the queen likes it,
Famous
I'm all
Dana,
for the
you are
queen. You know,
braver.
like that's my side.
I think
You
Famous
don't
Dana
even know what we're discussing because
I
you
know.
were
I know.
Famous
You're
Dana,
just
all
like,
you have to
go
do,
team unseemly.
I'm just gonna side with the queen. I mean,
all
unseemly.
you have to
Okay.
do, all you have to do is smile enough, and if they try to answer questions, don't say a word, or get you to answer questions. Don't say a word. Just smile and stand there till they ratify it. That's all I'm saying.
See, now look, I see Poppy out there on the audience, and Poppy says in her duchy, she has guilds. That's doing it properly. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Poppy. I feel very happy about that.
See,
Guilds are unions.
the music box fairy has various defense mechanisms against the queen and others, like just throwing karaoke in front of the queen as the queen approaches or something.
Karaoke, hello.
Karaoke, yes, or playing the chicken dance so that people like have to stop and do what they're doing. Yes, basically she has defensive music.
I will be right
it's
back.
funny. I hadn't really thought about it until you put it in those terms, Count Morbid, but it is sort of like a shiny trap for the queen, isn't it? If karaoke gets thrown her way, suddenly she's the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17.
Never mess with anyone who can control your theme music. Also, Gunther is busting loose with them old school.
Dun, 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 dun,
I think I'll just throw on the Cupid shuffle.
Yeah.
Well, so
The shuffle
Now
of
that
the
we have
Cupid. Dun, 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 dun.
is that a thing?
The Cupid shuffle? Yes, look it up. For
Everybody's
in
so
the
spicy
mundane
today.
world, it is known as the Cupid shuffle. In the fairy realm, it is the shuffle of the Cupids.
I have
Is that
never heard
when
of
they
this.
mix all the cupids together in a stack and then just push them
Yeah,
together?
we just shovel. Yeah, and then we just kind of deal them out. We play
Would
Cupid
anyone-
poker.
Care to tell me why this is on my desk this evening?
Maybe in case you need to open something.
I know why.
Why, famous Dana, would you care to impart me with your blessed knowledge of why this knife is sitting here?
About an hour, maybe hour and a half ago, I made a lovely suggestion that if Fairy Princess Lolly is going to open anything today, she might need to have a knife strategically placed on her table so where she could reach it. In case she decides to open something today, she will have a blade available. And then I proceeded to make a suggestion about having water available too, because you seem to have a need for being
Why
able
would you
to
have the water?
hydrate.
Okay.
Well, I do, and I don't have anything to open this afternoon, but I do have this sack of leftover gummies. So
Ooh.
it comes in useless.
No sack
Anyway.
stabbing.
No, I'm not going to repeat that. Moving on. That one tasted like a skunk. Like sour lime or something, but lime
I
is
don't
already.
know. I have never licked a skunk.
But you
No
smell
judging.
the skunk?
No judging.
Where did Gunther even go?
How do you know what a skunk tastes like?
You wondered where the skunk smoke came from, right?
Are you saying he smells like skunks?
Skunk poop.
He prefers to call that cologne.
Do you not have like wetlands around your domicile?
Yes.
Therefore, you have swamp lilies, and therefore skunk cabbage, and they stink.
Well, yes,
They
but they've all
stinkin'.
done they've done their blooming thing. They're done with that now.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
but
guys.
the leaves still stink. Yeah, they've
So
done their
tonight-
blooming, therefore you got the odor from them.
We don't have a guest artist because we're doing something a little bit different. We're still having a giveaway.
Quick, hang on, start drawing.
But he doesn't. Ion doesn't draw. What?
Well, not if you're going to be discouraging.
Right.
I'm not discouraging. I'm only telling you what knowledge I have. I'm sorry. Do you draw, Ion? have you picked up a talent or a skill when I wasn't
Anyone
looking?
can draw. It doesn't matter. It's all the level of skill that they have that, whether they can draw well or,
Hello, my
you know.
name is Ion, and I like to make drawings. No.
Oh, my ear came off.
How else does he sketch
I am
his inventions?
trying so hard right now to finish this. Okay. We are doing a giveaway, and it's a special giveaway because Fairy Blossom Festival is coming up. So this is a giveaway from our magic store, the Gilded Quill, as opposed to an artist giveaway tonight. But the reason that this giveaway package is special is because if you are one of our Hedge gathering people, or you come to Fairy Blossom or the other activities and events that we do, these items will have the extra added bonus of each being enchanted and imbued with a magically gift that you may use at the Hedge gatherings. Yes, extra magically delicious that you may use at the gatherings. So they are two of them are decided, and one of them is yet undecided. But I shall show you the items for today. The first item was made by Baron Gunther Hammerhands as this necklace.
You're not going to make yourself big to show the world?
I can embiggen myself. My goodness. Okay, I'm embiggening. So this necklace here, it's blues and greens, and it's got this leaf on it with a magical fairy key. And this leaf allows you to secretly send a message only to the ears of the person that you wish to receive it. So it just like the leaves whisper and gossip amongst themselves, you can secretly send a message to somebody with this leafy necklace. The second one that we have is this quill pen and ink. I kind of have to hold it there. So as you can see, it's got musical notes on it, and it's a little hard to see because of the light, but these are orange tinted canary feathers. And this is orange scented ink. And then there's the quill tip there, you can see. And so there's the extra magical properties of enhancing your ability to perform, if you are a bard, to speak in front of others. What do they call it? The
charisma or comeliness?
Gunther, what is it? Where's Gunther?
There is no Gunther.
You know what Ion, you know what I'm talking about. With the eye.
What about the eye?
Yes.
What eye?
Yes.
The smolder.
The
intensity.
Lolly, Fairy Princess Lolly, do it. Do smolder.
I can't smolder.
Do it, try it.
That's the best I can do.
I can smolder. You want me to smolder for you? I can smolder.
No, I have one last thing to show. This is the last part of this 3-part box that you will receive for next week's drawing. And this is, it's kind of hard to see because it's inside the bag, but this is dirt right here. This is a terracotta pot, and inside is a golden acorn and a little acorn hat candle. So the golden acorn, there's also a scroll in here that tells you about this spell. This is a spell kit for when you bury a golden acorn in the dirt under full moonlight, then all of your power and energy becomes replenished completely and fully. You are filled up. So those are the 3 items for next week's giveaway.
Are they 3 separate drawings or just one altogether?
It is one altogether. So
What is our magic word, Fairy Princess Lolly?
Our magic word
Princess
is
Lolly?
enchant.
Woo!
Yes, so the way that works is after the show, you must put the word enchant into the comments below, not into the live comments that we have right now. You must put them into the comments below after the show. And if you want to look at other things, I will put this up here for you guys. There we go.
What?
That is
It's a pterodactyl.
yes, it's some kind of baby pterodactyl screaming from the outside. Imagine how loud it must be, considering that it's on the outside.
The wild things are on the outside.
Are you warded versus urchins?
I got a sledgehammer.
Warded versus urchins.
Where's my glove?
Woo! Okay, you guys, are you ready to do the articles?
Yes.
Boy, am I.
Yes. Since you're back this week.
I'm sorry. You stepped up there.
Oh my! I didn't even know what was happening. Thunder, where did you go?
I was procuring some beef for Ion.
Wait,
Some beef?
Mongolians even.
Oh.
Ooh,
delicious.
special.
And then I was
right.
practicing smoldering, so I was doing that for a minute too.
Practicing smoldering.
We should all smolder all at once. 1, 2, 3.
I think it would be. I can't.
She can't even. It's like if you ask if you put on the spot.
It might break the mundane world if we all smoldered at once. I'm not sure, you guys.
No, only if Count Morbid did it with us, it would break the mortal world. He's got the smolder down.
All right. We have a huge list here. Let's see. Kitten with 2 faces, born in an Oregon barn.
Yes,
That's
he's born
cool,
here in
Dana.
my town. In my town.
I was like,
his
I
name's
was looking at
Biscuits
it,
and
like
Gravy,
going,
and he's so cute.
It's in Oathguard, so we're down in Oathguard, and suddenly it has 2 heads, and it's crazy. I don't even like cats.
That's a pretty. Yes.
Well, because of something Dana said, which is basically pronouns. Is it his? Is it he or is it they?
It is a she,
is it-
actually. I believe it is
Well,
she.
no. What I'm saying is it Is it 1 or 2?
Because it only has 2 faces, not 2 actual selves. It's only a she. A one.
Yes. Because it shares a skull.
Okay,
Well, do you
Why
remember
don't
when we
you
saw
ask the cat?
Siamese
Ask the cat,
turtle?
It's only proper to ask the cat its pronoun.
Morbid?
All right, you got to ask the cat its pronoun.
It does
Well,
not
I
have
think-
2 separate brains.
Well, yes. I was going to say the issue is how many brains does it have?
It's just one, but it's got 2 faces.
How many brains do you have?
I don't know. I haven't been able to find them all yet.
I have a naturally occurring doppelganger. Fun fact.
Oh, there's more here.
I'm
There
pretty
is-
Are you
sure
talking to-
my
do you
doppelgangers
want
are
me to-
not naturally occurring.
Do you want you to stab your doppelganger?
Okay, you guys.
So
Here it is. Are we going to do Kitten with 2 heads or Bolivian orchestra stranded in a haunted German castle? If you want to hear, if you haven't done this before, you press 1 for the kittens and 2 for the Bolivian orchestra. You vote right now in the comments. I'm starting the timer in order to basically torture Count Morbid instead of just making a command decision.
oh man.
1 is for listening to kittens, the article about kittens, and 2 is for the Bolivian orchestra in the haunted castle.
Didn't
And-
you get the 1 to
And
begin with?
if you haven't already,
What?
make sure you hit like and subscribe.
That's right.
By the way, the die is already cast, so don't change it now. But one really thinks the two-headed kitten should have been 2.
Okay, so you don't remember when we
Two-faced,
saw
not two-headed.
the two-headed turtle? You don't remember when we went to see that at the weird reptile museum?
I do. I tried to block it all out of my memory, but I still do remember the two-headed turtle. Yes.
Do you remember its name? Its name was Pete and Repeat, which was hilarious.
Is that the reptile man up in Sultan?
Yes.
I love him.
It seems we already have lots of votes for 2.
Yes. Peace
It
and
does
repeat.
seem yes, but Count Morbid tried to vote like 5 times.
And Count Morbid also voted for 1 earlier
way,
in the
He
broadcast.
did vote for 1 earlier. You cancel yourself out.
Poppy just sent me a message about why we should just do the second story. I'll tell you later, but
We should skip it for a good reason.
yeah. So let's do the Bolivian one.
Okay. I clicked the link, but it's not doing the right thing. Let's see. It's like it's not going to the actual article. It's coming up. Okay, here we go. I shall share. Oh, now that you said the thing from Poppy, Ivy out there in the audience is like, let's do the kitten thing. Poppy advised against it, so we should definitely do it.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we definitely,
no.
yeah, no,
I think
let's
Poppy
do number.
told me not to. Poppy told me not to. Really should become a reason to do things. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Trish. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, we need to
DJ.
do number 2, definitely.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
I need to know if they had their instruments with them.
I think
And if they
the
played anything
people I know
modern.
have been to this castle.
Again, makes me think about the fact that World Dracula Day was yesterday. But yes.
And on the grounds of a German castle surrounded by wolves. Wait, I thought it was supposed to be haunted.
That's the
Do you
article
think
I
just
remember.
because
as
there's
well.
wolves around it, it's not haunted? Do you think that's how that works?
You can be haunted and have wolves. They're not
I
usually
mean-
incompatible. They're not. They're not exclusive.
It's haunted by wolves?
A prolonged
just be
stay on the
hilarious.
grounds of a German castle may sound like the stuff of dreams, but the director of the Bolivian orchestra that's been stuck there since March says the group is still waiting for its fairy tale ending. The 25 members of the Orquesta Experimental de Instrumentos Nativos from La Paz, Bolivia, first arrived in Rheinsberg, Germany on March 10th with the intention of performing at the Märzmusik Festival in nearby Berlin. Oh my gosh, all these words today. What?
Their instruments were with them.
Oh, I have friends that live near there.
What?
I have friends that live near the Black Forest,
It's a big
but
forest.
the concert never happened. That same day, Germany shut down its borders and announced widespread restrictions aimed at halting the spread of the coronavirus. So for 2 months, the musicians have been hunkered down in buildings on the 600-plus acre estate of the Rheinsberg Palace. Wow, that is so awesome. A moated 16th century castle that has been the home to generations of Germany royalty and aristocracy. We already had like 4 or 5 of the people spend their birthdays here. Carlos Gutierrez, the orchestra's director, told As It Happens host Carol Off. Whoa, I really had Carmina Burana in my head right there because Carl Orff wrote Carmina Burana.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. We have the truck. No, we have the luck. that we can be together. But it's getting difficult because we miss our homeland. Wolves and ghosts. There are, of course, worse places to be stuck, Gutierrez said. You don't say. During the week, the group keeps busy by practicing. On weekends, they take strolls through the wooded estate, gawking at wildlife they'd never before encountered. Squirrels, deer, and wolves. Hold on. These guys are from Bolivia, and they've never encountered squirrels, deer, and wolves. Do those not live in South America? What? So,
No, I think Bolivia just has hippos.
Hippos?
By the way, I'm also reasonably certain that this is the plot of the Backstreet Boys Everybody video.
Why do you know that?
It's a very good question. Why do you know that?
Wait,
Count morbid.
In fact, there are 23 confirmed wolf packs that make their home on the sprawling estate. One of the orchestra members, Tracy Prado, told the BBC that she recently spotted wolves during a walk. I froze in fear, but they were just play fighting and moved on, she said.
Play fighting.
You know, I will say this, though. I wonder how many pairs or changes of clothing they came with, because they have got to be repeating some of them at this point.
I really hope the castle has laundry.
Woodland animal. Well, they seem to have electricity.
Yeah, if they've got electricity at the castle, I'm guessing they have a laundry.
I think she's just commenting about how it's unfashionable that they could be seen in the same outfit over and over again.
Oh, they're repeating outfits? They're repeating looks? Yeah.
So, woodland animals aren't their only companions. If you believe in a local legend, that is. The ghost of Frederick the Great, one of the palace's former owners, is rumored to stalk the castle's halls. Gutierrez says the group is having fun with the idea that they are in the shadow of a haunted castle. We used to joke like we are listening to some piano in some of the rooms, and then some of them say, oh yeah, it's probably the ghost of Frederick. But it was one of us, it was just one of us playing the piano.
Sure. By the way, Frederick the Great was actually only pretty good.
Frederick the So-So?
He was the myth.
Frederick the slightly above average.
Yeah,
Frederick the meh.
Frederick the meh.
But yes, I was going to say, this is definitely the plot of a horror movie or a Backstreet Boy video.
Mm-hmm.
I did the dance for you a minute ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
rock your body.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this song, Count Morbid.
Everybody,
Yes.
rock
I'm the one
your body right.
Back. All right.
I want to be stuck in a castle.
Tell me why.
Because of this.
All right.
For a friend.
I know what song's going in the Fairy Blossom playlist.
She's just gonna load us up. She's gonna load us up for Saturday morning just with Backstreet Boys to wake us up. This could be a thing.
Little step to the left and a hop to the right.
Oh yeah.
No.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting.
Nope.
Madness takes its toll.
I require a
We're
$50
lifting
tip.
closely.
All right. Next article. Let's see.
And
So
a
since
small
I guess, I mean, can we at least show a picture of the kitten with two faces? Because it is kind of cool looking.
I have actually seen 2 different pictures of different cats with 2 different faces. I thought it was really neat.
There was the
So we have
There's the 3-faced pig at the Ye Olde Curiosity Shop in Seattle.
in the Emerald City. Okay, downtown. I have been there. Not a long time though. How about either Darth Vader enforces coronavirus lockdown in the Philippines?
You find your lack of masks disturbing.
I mean,
Or-
if anyone's going to talk about the breeding,
Alleged thieves wore watermelons over their heads at a grocery store.
what now?
Melon King, they had masks on.
They were worshippers of the melon god.
Alleged thieves wore watermelons over heads at grocery store. Or Darth Vader Darth Vader polices the coronavirus lockdown in the Philippines.
What are the numbers for which?
Watermelon is for number 1 and Darth Vader is number 2. Watermelon number 1, Darth Vader number 2. And the timer goes. And Count Morbid cries with every grain of sand. Boo-hoo. Cry, Count Morbid, cry.
I'm crying on the inside.
That made me so happy.
I see no votes. If there are no
Find your
votes, I
lack of
make the command decision.
disturbing. Okay.
We have 1 vote for 1.
I mean, it's true that I'm wearing pants, but it's because I'm wearing a skirt.
Yes.
You find that disturbing?
I find
Did
a
I
lot of
ruin your joke? We have 2 votes for number 1. Number 1 is for the watermelon thieves, and number 2 is for Darth Vader in the Philippines. It sort of rhymes, to be honest. I just don't really quite understand why. I mean, do they think that actually that's going to scare people?
Some
mean-
people are just going to commit Melanies.
So during this time
They was on
of
their
wait,
honeydew
no,
list.
hold on,
Okay?
hold on, hold on, hold on. During this time of wait, he was
They're on their
trying
honeydew? Is that what you said?
to
They're on
come
their
up with a
honeydew list.
pun. He was coming up with a pun just for that moment to say Melanie. I quit the show, man.
You were just jealous
Oh,
that you
man. Okay,
couldn't
we
grab the
have
melons
1,
first,
2,
Gunther.
3 votes.
He's
3
actually
votes
running
for
around like,
number
I can't
1,
find
which
it.
is the melon, and 2 votes for number 2. Okay,
Did they
and
write in
timer's
on
out. So
cantaloupes?
melon it is.
Melon.
Okay. No, you see, it
What
can't have been on their honeydew list. They never got married. They can't elope.
I'm out of my cord right now.
I am done with all of you professionally. I am done. I am done.
He's gonna go water some melons.
Dude, apparently he needs to be Velcroed. Like, he needs to be glued to his or something.
He's seed spitting mad.
Yes, I
More
am.
watermelons. Store.
He needs to melon out there.
Police in Virginia said they have made an arrest in case of 2 men who used watermelons as masks when they allegedly stole from a grocery store.
Oh,
Can I say? Hang on. Can I say something? Can I say something? This looks like guys that were trying to cross over Pink Floyd with Slipknot. Okay, and that's what this looks like.
It kind of looks like they're trying to channel like maybe a Little Shop of Horrors. Feed
I
me,
mean-
Seymour.
Or the guy that used to smash the melons with a mallet. What's his name?
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
There you go. Gallagher would have a field day with these guys. He should have been guarding the freaking bank.
By the way, how to spot all the FAE who are over 40? They all instantly say Gallagher.
Now this is interesting. So the Louisa Police Department said 2 men wearing hollowed out watermelons as masks stole undisclosed items from a Sheetz grocery store around 9:25 p.m. The items were undisclosed. Why would the items be undisclosed? It really makes me wonder what 2 dudes in watermelon masks were stealing, that they felt like they had to not have that mentioned in the news.
Undisclosed means they don't know exactly what they stole. They don't know the dollar amount. They don't know exactly what they stole. They didn't get it all on camera. That's.
Or they are, and they were requested to keep it out.
Maybe. But usually,
By the way,
from a
The
grocery
police said
store,
the suspects fled in a lifted 2006 black Toyota Tacoma. Really, guys? I mean, did they have a
get any more
Confederate
redneck.
flag flying off the back of it?
I feel like these are relatives of the Headless Horseman. Like instead of like a jack-o'-lantern.
They have a melon lantern. I mean,
Yeah, it's like what the Headless Horseman does in the South or during summer. Is like instead
right.
of a jack-o'-lantern.
Isn't there a comic character that's named Lemonhead Johnny?
No.
Nope, nobody knows. Okay. I read obscure things. I'm pretty sure there is, though.
I mean, isn't that the guy that's on the lemon heads?
I mean, I should say that's not
Candy.
really using their melons very well.
Well, they were hollowed out. Duh.
Maybe
Now I am going to consult the Uncle Google.
maybe
Oh,
they're making
no.
sangria. Really
Oh, Johnny
slowly.
Lemonhead. Let's
Okay.
see. There he is! I knew it! Okay.
But you can't look up Bedlam.
No, I wasn't going to look up Bedlam.
It's different. I missed it. Did they have eye holes cut out?
So hold on. Let's see. The department said Sunday that an arrest was made in the case. A police Facebook post with photos of the 2 men and an appeal to the public for information about the melonhead suspects was deleted Monday after the arrest was announced. That's it. That's the end of the article. What the heck? Okay, we're gonna go look at this because there was a video.
I feel like we should be playing the Backstreet Boys right now.
They had no songs about watermelons.
Oh crap!
And that's why we don't listen to them anymore.
The goblins made me listen to the Backstreet Boys.
What?
Got it. It seems to be a news report, not the actual one.
I can't hear nothing.
I don't even. What in the heck? They actually were using them to try to disguise themselves.
Yes.
Who even? Oh my God! What is Morbid doing? Morbid, no!
So weird part of me wants to know if they cut the eye holes before they put it on or after.
Well, it's kind of like those pictures you see where people put their infants in a watermelon and then they have the leg holes cut out, and yeah. But
You're a great parent.
Why would you think that they would do it afterwards? That's what I wonder. I mean,
well, they would
why
might
would
have
they
to measure
So,
where
so
do it
they,
after?
like,
so they
can you
know
put the
where they.
screwdriver in and see if it hits your eyeball? So, like,
What is
Don't do
Fantastina
crime,
doing
kids.
right now?
Don't do crime.
Don't do crime. You'll end up wearing a melon on your head. So I did find, by the way, oh man, it's so tiny. I gotta find a bigger one. I found a Lemonhead Johnny Lemonhead. I'm not sure. Let's see. And I'm going to show it to all of you just as soon as. Oh, they're so tiny.
they were pretending to be Shopkins.
Let's see.
You know, the slight worry that you have when you're a mom and your little minion goes off somewhere and you hadn't heard from him in a while and you send a message that says, hey, everything going good? And then, hour and a half later, instead of sending you a message back going, yeah, we're all good over here, they call you. So I had
Sorry,
to go,
Mom, I'm
oh
in
shit,
the melon.
stuff is like freaking out.
Data.
I said ship! The ship! My car! My land dragon! Scarlet! Is she okay? She's just fine.
This
This is why we
Johnny.
can't have
Lemonhead
nice
Johnny,
things.
Johnny Lemonhead. Well, whatever.
And upon looking at the picture, it does look like they have eye holes. So,
And I do
which
think
they would have to,
people-
because I can't imagine them blindly groping around through the grocery store trying to shoplift items.
So this looks like a cross between the guys from the that was robbing the bank there, and the father from Frasier. Just saying.
I don't know. I'm just saying that yes, it was an actual comic character, and I feel like I have vindicated myself, even though nobody cared. I did.
Well, at least you put all the zest into it.
It was appealing.
Indeed. It was appealing. I don't know. This whole thing has left me feeling a little sour. All right. Let's see. We did the alleged thieves. So what else do we have here that looks interesting? We have, well, a drought in Iraq that reveals a 3,400-year-old palace that astounds archaeologists. And we have weather radar catches bats blown away by a thunderstorm.
I lie.
If you would like to
Well, that's what they get for playing baseball out in the storm.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Right.
okay, so if you want to hear about the 3,400-year-old palace, press number 1. If you want to hear about the bats in the weather radar, press number 2. Go.
Release the bats.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that article was put in there for Camp Morbid. However, when the levee breaks, we have no place to stay.
Okay. It is 3,400-year-old palace is number 1. Bats are number 2.
Are
You
you
must
sure?
put it into the comments right now. Make your votes. Make them now. Or I will just make a command decision.
And hit like or subscribe.
This is your opportunity to prevent me from making a command decision.
Or hit like and subscribe because we are awesome.
Yeah, actually do all of those
No,
things too.
only one or the other. It's one or the other.
No,
Okay,
like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Make sure you huzzah the thing, as she says. Huzzah the thing. Why would you say
We have
that?
2 votes. We have 2 votes for releasing the bats. 3
Release
no.
the Kraken.
Orbit no. You only get 1 vote. You cannot vote twice. Quit trying.
I want to taste the unicorn.
I
Or is
can
that a
see your
Pegasus?
tonsils from here.
It's an alicorn. Unicorns with wings are alicorns.
Yes.
Oh, and the timer's out, and we have 3 votes for number 2. So
Friendship
that is where we're going.
Friendship is stretching
Friendship is.
and flings.
Friendship is stretching.
You know, Trishy, I
Yes?
adore you. You know that, right? I do adore you. But if you try to stretch our friendship, I might have to do a thing.
I know. Everybody. We're moving on to the.
How stretchy is your unicorn?
She just had a moment.
Oh my
You ever had
God!
a moment where
No.
you're sitting there laughing with your friends and you go, shh, shh, shh. Someone's gonna hear us. That's what she just did to us.
I'm just saying. I just don't even know, you guys.
I don't even know. Carry on.
No, not the sea lion. Where is it? Here we go. Morbid. All right. I thought I had that pulled up, but I did not. So I have it now. And sharing. Release of the bats. Weather radar catches bats blown away in a thunderstorm.
And
Shared weather radar footage showing a large swarm of bats being dispersed by gusts from a thunderstorm. And who was going to say what? What?
Bats!
I'm very proud of myself. I'm sorry.
Chris Suhan. Shut up.
shut up.
Meteorologist from WOAI TV said a swarm of bats large enough to be picked up by weather radar emerged from Frio Bat Cave in Uvalde County on Wednesday night, and the radar footage shows the millions of Mexican free-tailed bats encountering a thunderstorm. See, walls are useless. Sushan said the footage shows a gust front, a powerful wind created by torrential rains pushing downdrafts outward, colliding with a swarm of bats, dispersing the flying animals. Okay, so can we just skip to the cool video? Where is it? There was a link right here. The radar footage shows. You've been waiting this whole time to say that, haven't you?
Every day of my life.
Every day of your life, you've been waiting to be like, to the bat cave.
Every day I'm shuffling.
No. Is there a swarm of robins to go with them?
Swarm of what? Oh,
Robins.
If you are in its path, you can't accuse the wind of battery, though.
I don't know. I'm just trying to follow the link chat. Battery. Ha ha ha.
What?
You can't accuse the wind of battery. Battery. I know. I'm sorry. I can't.
Keep saying battery.
What?
We'll get the beginning of a Metallica song.
What about swallows?
Whoa.
African or European?
Yes.
Yes.
And
So I guess that's it.
Yeah, that little ring that's expanding there are those bats that are being pushed away.
Okay, so this to scale, think about what's happening right here, man.
Millions and millions of little guys are coming out of cave.
Right. And then they're getting shoved off.
We're going to have a bat NATO. I mean, that's even worse than a Sharknado because those things can get tangled up in your hair.
I think that's more of a tropical Vatican.
You know what?
That's why
I
I got a
confess. Of
bandana on to
all the
hide my
things I've
hair.
worried about in life, having bats tangled in my hair has literally never been on that list. What are you so worried about while you go camping, Fairy Princess Lolly? Oh, I might get a bat tangled in my hair.
Sorry, Princess Lolly, why do you think I went to using a bandana?
I'm just trying to imagine a bat tangled in hair. That would be crazy.
And it
So,
would be the one. And it would
campfire,
happen.
termites.
When it would happen to you.
Attracted to the campfire, bats going after the termites.
You've seen this happen. This actually happened to somebody that you know. You've watched them get a bat tangled in their hair.
And scream like a banshee.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
How
so
did they get it
why are
out?
you surprised? I somehow ended up with packing tape in my hair today. Just saying. Why are you surprised?
There was a swarm of packing tape?
there
Wow.
was an attempt to get rid of it by jumping into a nearby lake, which didn't go well. And the person who it happened to have a sibling that was calm enough to get it out of her hair.
So, do you know who this person is? Is this? How do you both know about this story? Who is this? Who did this happen to?
Two separate people.
Two separate stories.
Oh,
There's more than one bat.
Yeah. Bats are a common occurrence in
It's
many
different
areas.
stories. It's different people, but it's the same bat.
It's the same bat.
Bat just sitting up there in the tree, waiting. Like, all right, I can hang drop on that one right there, and it'll just be a couple of flaps, tangled galore.
Well, no. You assume that this is only a scary horror story for the people. Yeah, you don't think about the fact that the bats like tell each other stories about. And then this blonde woman's hair caught me, and when
all
it let
the
me go,
Aquanet.
Yeah, the Aquanet. You know,
The Aquanet.
like I was so tangled up in her hair, I could see what her roots were. Yeah. I could see her natural hair color in the roots. It was horrible.
I was so tangled up in her hair. Ancestry.com contacted me to find out where she came from. I mean,
This is why I swore myself to you, Fairy Princess Lolly, because of those quick quibs.
that's it. I just my occasional one-liner, and you're like,
Oh.
that's it. That is the person that I must be sworn to.
You won me over in those moments. I'm just saying.
Well, okay. I'm glad that you find me amusing.
So do bats have superheroes amongst their own, and would one of them be Man-Bat? I am Man-Bat.
As long as he doesn't wear a watermelon on his head, I guess.
And he'd be watermelon bat.
That would just be
And that'd be
bad.
completely different. Watermelon bat is completely different from man bat.
Yeah, it's a fruit bat.
Man,
Yes, it is bad. He's having a melon ball.
Do
Oh
we
my gosh,
have any
okay,
other articles we want to do this evening?
wait, what?
Do we have any other articles we would like to do this evening, Fairy Princess? Anything about Vincent Price for the dead count?
We can. I mean, it's 8 Vincent Price movies that you can stream now. But what's weird and interesting about that? Who's Vincent Price?
What? Count moment, get back here right now. Where are you? Oh,
Price is sort of famous for being sort of gothy before gothy was a thing.
he was gothy before gothy was cool. Or thing.
Isn't that
Yeah.
just what I said?
Yeah, it is. Fair enough.
Vincent Price.
Fine.
It was right up there.
Count Morbid isn't even here.
Christopher Lee in the,
Yeah,
in the
okay.
bad horror movies.
Or
Well,
Peter Cushing even.
So Peter
Mhm.
Cushing and Christopher Lee both played Dracula much more often than Vincent Price ever did.
Hmm. But Vincent, well, and they all have that epic voice. And Vincent
And Peter
Price
Cushing.
did-
Well, since
Peter
Count
Cushing-
Morbid isn't here,
Scooby-Doo.
we're doing
We're doing it because he's not here. Fair enough.
it. That's right.
And because he's not here, we don't have to wait for this to end.
I agree.
8 Vincent Price movies you can stream now. It is sharing. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Happy birthday to the master of horror himself. Not
Hooray!
better masters of horror. Anyway, I already don't like this article. The wonderful character. Oh, I know who that guy is. The wonderful character actor may have left this mortal coil long ago, but we're still huge fans of his creepy catalog of work. To celebrate this milestone and the memory of one of our favorite genre stars, I've curated a list of 9 of Price's most enjoyable movies that are streaming right now. Here we go. Rule movie. Movie number 1. I guess? Yes. Okay, here we go. Witchfinder General.
Is that
Is the
in good
movie
omen?
called Shudder or Witchfinder
Or Shutter's where you can find it.
Yes.
General? Oh.
Shudder.
Do I
is a
have to
streaming
read the
service.
synopsis for all of these? Oh my god, Count
No,
Morbid's
you
back.
don't.
We're done.
Yes. Well, somebody
Okay,
started talking
The
about
Raven.
Vincent Price and it summoned me.
Monster Club. So basically, when you are drawing your summoning circle for Count Morbid, put something from Vincent Price in there. Theater of Blood. I sort of want to watch these now. Cry of the Banshee. These like sound amazing. The Tingler.
Oh,
That sounds weird.
No. So real quick.
Madhouse.
Real quick. Movie. A lot of these B movies used to have various gimmicks, and the gimmick for the Tingler was that they went into the movie theater and they basically installed like buzzers or either like little vibrations or electrical shocks on the seats that would go off at certain times during the movie for the Tingler.
Like we now have vibrating seats in some of the magical movie theaters.
I
Oh,
want to
do
go to
we?
your movie theater.
I don't think I've ever been to that type of movie theater, my dear Music Box Fairy.
Monroe
I was going to say
Galaxy.
that seems like a more of a
I
home
have.
theater kind of.
No, there's the motion sensitive seats.
I don't
Really
think that
cool being
I'm
Star
rated
Wars.
to go into one of those movie theaters. I'm sorry.
No, it's for like Star Wars and things. So you're actually moving when there's rumbling and things.
Well, it's like some video games have like chairs that vibrate, for impact.
It is past 9 o'clock, so we officially would be quitting late if we bid our adieus now, but I think that there must be also food somewhere along the way. And does anybody else have anything they would like to add this evening before we say goodbye?
By the way, again, since I missed the beginning, I don't know if I'm repeating, but for some of the relatively younger people, Vincent Price was the guy who created Edward Scissorhands.
By the way, younger people, that is literally everybody except Count Morbid. He's older
Yes.
than all of you.
Yes, but also
Not by
perhaps
much.
For some of you, he's the guy in the Thriller video or the narrator when darkness falls
Oh,
upon
really?
the land.
Guess
Yeah.
what's playing
know
right
that.
now?
How do you not? Oh my god!
Dun, dun, dun,
It's Vincent
dun, 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 dun,
freaking
dun,
Price.
dun, dun, dun.
Does it not
you have-
appease you
listen,
to some measure
you-
that I at least know
No,
his
no.
work as opposed to who he is?
You have disappointed your goth. Your slewer is disappointed. He's
I live to disappoint Count Morbid.
by all of this.
Kidding me? He'll never be impressed by
No.
anything I do.
Okay, so like your
He's
CD
nothing but
troll,
perpetually disappointed in me.
your CD troll knew this, and he's disappointed. Just saying. Dana, famous Dana the Bargain, right there, is singing Thriller right now,
Well, you should
and
on
she's
this point
disappointed.
and make some of these ancient movies play or something, and then I will be. Well, I've seen The Raven. Haven't everybody seen that? Wait, The Raven. No, I'm thinking Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds.
Oh, dear
Darkness
God.
falls across the land.
Hey, I like Alfred
The
Hitchcock.
midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in
And
search of blood
he's a horror
to
person. H.P.
terrorize y'all's
Lovecraft,
neighborhood.
Stephen King,
And
Clive Barker,
Horror
Dean
shall be
Arcoots.
found.
Even though I
Right.
wouldn't really
And fun
consider,
fact,
Soul
it's more
for
like,
getting down.
you know, I'm just
Uh,
saying.
Stand and face the hounds.
and
of
also a fun
hell.
fact, Christopher Lee released some
And
metal
No,
watch
okay,
albums, and I
inside
no,
own them.
that
no more
corpse's
Thriller, no more
shell.
Thriller, famous Dano, no more.
Yeah, his metal album was about Charlemagne, right?
Yes. By the Blood.
Oh, Christopher Lee's metal album?
Yes, I have them.
Which he released in his 80s.
Yes.
Was
Wait,
he
wait.
actually descended from Charlemagne?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
Yes. Happy birthday to Christopher
And that
Lee as
is
well.
why
What do you mean
that's
his
why
metal
Count
album?
Dooku is a man.
Like literally metal music.
Like he recorded a
and-
heavy metal, black metal album.
In his
Christopher Lee.
80s.
Like in his 90s, released like a heavy
In his
metal
90s,
album.
yeah.
What? That is
Yes,
insane.
Christopher Lee.
So here's a morbid story. Christopher Lee, of course, in the Lord of the Rings movies. Peter Jackson is trained to direct Christopher Lee for spoiler. There's a scene where Wormtongue
Gets stabbed.
Oh my God, you're spoiling
Yeah.
the book?
And, yeah, and so the director Peter Jackson is trying to tell Christopher Lee, okay, you're being stabbed in the back. I want you to make a noise like this, like
And he says-
"Ah!"
And he says,
Christopher Lee just looks
do
at him
you
and goes,
know how what that sound
Hey, you're taking over the story.
"It's okay." No, yes. Christopher Lee just looks at Peter Jackson and goes, I know the sound that somebody makes when they've been stabbed in the back. It's like this. And now Christopher Lee had been a spy during World War II.
No, he was
So
an
when
SS
he said,
agent.
I know
He was
exactly
special
what it
forces.
sounds like when somebody's stabbed in the back. Peter Jackson just went, yeah, we're gonna do it Sir Christopher's way. We're gonna do it like he said.
And then now he's still the most prolific actor, as in the one who has the longest credits of movies.
right?
Yeah.
I had no
He
idea.
was Count Morbid. It was an SS agent, is what he was. It was Special Forces British. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said spy. That kind of encompasses that.
Um,
Yes.
what he did was more of a spy during that time.
Yes.
He was gathering information most of the time.
Yeah.
Or
Behind
stabbing
but,
people in the back to make them go.
And a
he was
lot
doing
of-
it behind enemy lines, but you know.
a lot of that could not be released until after his death.
But again,
Well-
Christopher Lee has an amazing. Basically, Christopher Lee puts Chuck Norris facts to shame on the kind of things he actually has done.
Also, here's an interesting story thinking about Star Wars too. In episode 2, he's in a sword fight with the two young men, Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen, and they weren't fast enough to keep up with him with sword work,
Right.
and he was 90.
Well, because I'm pretty sure he asked for those custom grips.
Well,
Because
and so to take this one step further, freaking Qui-Gon Jinn was a bloody master swordsman as well. He is professionally trained swordsman.
Yes, but Qui-Gon Jinn and Count Dooku were not in the same movie.
That's fair.
All right. Are you guys done?
Ian McKellen was also trained as a sword, or not Ian McKellen. What's his name? Freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi was trained, but he was not a master swordsman like Qui-Gon
Ewan
Jinn.
McGregor.
He was only trained for those movies.
Yeah.
Ian McKellen popped up out
Christopher
of-
Lee was an Olympic grade fencer before he was in movies.
Ewan McGregor's problem with lightsaber fightings was that Ewan McGregor couldn't do the lightsaber fights that are actually going boom, boom, boom. The director kept saying, "Please stop making the sound effects with your mouth."
Because all of us have done that one from the time we're little.
Like
I do that
you
right
can't
now.
pick up a lightsaber without going.
I can't pick up a club without doing that, man.
Yeah. When you go clubbing,
When I go clubbing, yeah.
baby seals.
Oh,
Or
I'm
just
hungry.
right now.
I am hungry. It is 9. It is after time. And Fairy
It
Princess
sure
already scored.
is.
Fairy Princess already scored.
yep.
It's at some point.
Look at her board face.
You guys are
Look at her board
just
face.
talking away.
Look at the board face right now. That's the board face. It's
No. This is the goodbye phase.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Goodnight.
We will be back on Friday with author reads, and then do we have anything on Saturday? No,
no, that's what I said. We got Sunday.
not
we got the
not
Sunday.
this Saturday. But then on Sunday we have handmade home shopping. Wait, what is
Oh, what?
happening right now?
And Tuesday there is the spill the tea.
Yes, and next Tuesday is spill the tea. So Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. Yes.
I'm
Good night,
done.
everybody.
I'm done.
Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell so that you get notifications of when things are going on. And remember, put the magic word enchant into the
Enchanting.
comments as soon as we log off. Enchant, put the magic word there. It's all of the links are also in the little bar so that you can be entered to win next week's prize. Good night, everybody.
Don't do crime.
Don't
night.
yes, don't